you rule out that Iran is behind that cyber attack?
I don't. I think that Minnesota is behind it. You know who's behind it? Minnesota, because they're grossly incompetent. I think the governor's behind it. I don't think there was an Iranian cyber attack. I think that Minnesota ought to get its act together.
All right, everybody, this is batshit insane. Yesterday, the United States was the subject of a hack from the Iranians. The Iranian government, in coordination with Iranian hackers, got into 30 separate water treatment plants in the state of Minnesota in order to control them and reprogram them. Thankfully, nobody was harmed, and we'll get into this in one moment. But the response coming from Donald Trump should piss off and terrify every single American. Honestly, this is 25th Amendment behavior right here. Right after the United States is the victim of an attack from Iran, a cybersecurity attack, but it's an attack from a country that we're at war with, Donald Trump refuses to actually blame the Iranians, and he tries to blame the Democrats. Just think about this. When the Iranians are trying to hack into the United States, they're trying to inflict maximum damage. Part of that is maximum social damage. They want to weaken the social cohesion of the United States and have everybody fighting. Well, Donald Trump immediately stepped into that trap because moments after this hack was announced, he goes out in Camp David and begins to clarify that he thinks it was Tim Walz and the Democrats who really did this. This is some genuinely batshit insane, psychotic rhetoric coming from the President of the United States. I'm sorry to keep cussing throughout this video, but I need to highlight how absurd this is. So all US investigations right now show that this attack was from the Iranians. The FBI is showing that. The CSIS is showing that. CISA is showing that. CISA is the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency. They are separate from Trump, so they are telling the truth here. They're saying, hey, we're at war with the Iranians, and the Iranians seemingly just launched a cyber attack against our water treatment plants. Donald Trump decides to ignore our FBI, ignore our cybersecurity agencies, ignore all of these agencies, and just make up lies about the Democrats. Take a listen.
Today, I just want to mention that we heard in Minnesota. I don't. No, I think that Minnesota is behind it. You know who's behind it? Minnesota, because they're grossly incompetent. I think the governor's behind it. I don't think there was an Iranian cyber attack. I think that Minnesota ought to get its act together. It's one of the worst run states. JD will tell you. He found tremendous corruption in Minnesota. And by the way, just gave me a report. Massive future things having to do with corruption in Minnesota are happening right now. Thank you.